should be looking for him to throw. He has a strong left. Strong left, and he has a strong jab. So what Terrance has to do is a step on the outside. Don't never let him step on the inside of him. He has to step on the outside every time he steps in. He'll shoot the jab just to see if he'll stand there. And if Terrance stands there, he'll drop the left on him.
That was Adrian Riggs, who has a KO victim of Michael Moore. Adrian Riggs is the brother of Gerald Riggs, who was on the card tonight. And Adrian lost to Michael Moore in Michael Moore's debut back on February 16th. So Adrian knows by experience what Mr. Michael Moore can do. But he'll be taking on Terrance Top Cat Walker, who's an interesting guy himself, a coin collector. We'll see if that helps him in the ring tonight, Ray.
That's very interesting.
Let's go up to Chuck Hall for the introduction of tonight's fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials are signed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. For the next bout of the evening, the judges are Chuck Chiampa, Lou Tabbitt, and Hal Miller. Your referee is Toby Gibson. The next bout of the evening, the semi-main event of the night, featuring 10 rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division. Introducing, in the red corner, formerly of Jefferson, Texas, now fighting out of Houston, Texas, weighing in at 176 pounds, with a professional record, 7 wins, 8 defeats, 1 draw, all of the wins by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Terrance, the Top Cat Walker. And in the blue corner, formerly of Brooklyn, New York, now fighting out of Detroit, Michigan. He weighs 173.5 pounds. His professional record consists of 6 wins, no defeats, with 6 KOs. He is undefeated in his professional career. From the Kronk stable, introducing Michael Moorer.
Gentlemen, I give you both your instructions in the dressing room. I'm going to demand only 2 points. No late hits after the bell. No hitting on the break when I call you a break. If I see you inside, 1 arm free, I'm going to tell you to box out. Maybe tap you on the shoulder, leave and go. Try to work it out. I'm only going to break you on a solid clinch. Good luck to both of you.
Quickly to the tail of the tape, as you see, the age differential is great and the reach is about equal. Michael Moore, a young and talented guy out of the Kronk stable. Very excited to get a look at this young guy, Ray. A lot of talk about him. The 175 division of boxing needs a little bit of life, and they feel this young man could instill that.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, I think any good, fresh young face is good for boxing.
Michael Moore fighting the 7th time professionally against Terrance Top Cat Walker. Michael Moore, or as we said, age 20. And he was training for the Olympics, but he's decided to turn pro. A very outstanding amateur career. So he is going for the bucks instead of the gold. And right now he is against Terrance Top Cat Walker at age 31. Guy's been around a long time. 7-8-1, all wins by KO.
Well, you said he's been around a long time, and even though they gave his record a 7-8-1, he's been around a lot longer than that. Those are the fights we have recorded. Top Cat's been around a long time, that's for sure. He's an old veteran. He's an old trial horse that people like to have on the record. Plus, he's a good, tough guy. If you beat him, it's a good win for you. But Michael Moore, see, he's 20 years old. I also heard he had to take off 5 pounds today. So I don't know how that'll affect him. But when you're young, 20 years old, you're able to rebound quickly. Probably a lot of water weight.
Michael Moore began his career back in February, so it's very early stages of the career. First round knockout of Adrian Riggs, the man who talked about Michael, and that was a first round knockout. So Adrian, as we said, was speaking from experience. Quickly analyze Michael, who many people feel is very sound fundamentally. Right?
Oh, absolutely. As you can see, when you look at a fighter right now, you see how his body, all his weight is centrally located, where it should be. He just bends from the knees. He's got great balance. I can see that right away. He strides in with his punches. He's never overstriding. His body's never in front of his feet. I like what I see right now. Plus, you got to watch. He throws a quick, sharp right hook. Watch him catch Top Cat on the way in with a lot of these short right hooks. It could be the punch that puts him away, too. He's strong. You can see he's just, you know, when you're training out of the Kronk gym, you have a lot of good fighters to work with. And you can see that this kid's well-schooled and well-trained, well-conditioned. I think he's got a bright future, just from the first round.
You just mentioned the right hook, and he just got through right there.
Yeah, he'll be using it all night. You can see he's nice, short, and crisp.
Excellent concentration by the youngster. Age 20, as we mentioned, 5 world champions out of the Kronk stable under Emmanuel Stewart. And many people are picking this man to be number 6, Michael Moore, in the gold trunk, the traditional gold or yellow of the Kronk stable. First round, Michael Moore looking good. Terrance Top Count Walker out of Jefferson, Texas, and hits him with a quick hook. And Michael Moore knows he's going to get a good test here tonight, because Terrance has laid some leather on him in the first 3 minutes. Michael Moore and Terrance Top Cat Walker, a 10-round light heavyweight tussle will continue after this. Round 2 of Michael Moore and Terrance Top Cat Walker. Moore in the gold and Walker in the blue. First round, Ray, I guess, just on mere technique. Michael Moore seemed to be the sharper of the two fighters.
Well, obviously, Michael Moore won the first round, not only being the aggressor, the sharper puncher, but you know, one thing about Top Cat, he's, like I said, he's a sly old veteran. He comes out and you can see where he taps gloves right after getting it around. Watch, you know, one of these rounds, you don't try to sneak a second punch in there. Guys like himself, they know the tricks. And you have to say, Top Cat's an awkward guy to fight. You can see his feet are spread apart, you know, very far. Throws punches out of awkward positions. Michael Moore just got to be, you know, keep his discipline. Don't get too ragged, because you don't want to give him no second punches.
As we mentioned, Michael Moore has not gone past the second round. 3 first-round knockouts, 3 second-round knockouts. So Terrance Top Cat Walker has at least made it into the second round. It's better than half of Moore's opponents.
One thing I noticed about Michael Moore that's very unusual for a southpaw, he moves to his left when most southpaws move to the right. And it's not because Top Cat's making him do it. He moves to his right to punch, which is very unusual.
There's a cut above the left eye of TC Top Cat Walker, and Toby Gibson's going to give some time here. The right eye, obviously the right hooks and jabs are taking their toll on Top Cat.
I don't think they bumped heads, so it has to be a sharp right hook that opened that.
They will check with the ringside position right now, the condition of Top Cat, maybe clean it up a little bit here.
Wiping it out with his glove, Doc.
Very sharp puncher. His hand speed, at least at 175, seems to be outstanding. I mean, this is our first really up-and-close look at Michael Moore, and so far, so good for the youngster. 20 years old, out of the Kronk gym.
Well, obviously, all you have to do is look at him. He's a good-looking kid. You can see he doesn't get hit much. I mean...
Nice-looking kid. He doesn't want to hurt his luck.
That's what I used to say. I don't want to get hit. I don't want to mess my looks up.
Round 2 at 10 is light heavyweight battle, and Terrance Top Cat Walker trying to get into the third round, something the previous 6 opponents have failed to do against Michael Moore. Moore being very, as Ray mentioned, very disciplined. His concentration is good, and just pretty much taking what's given to him, although it does appear TC is hurt right now. Top Cat Walker is a little stunned.
Can't stand there either. He can't stand there. He's got to move his upper body. He can't just keep going up and down, because Moore could draw a beat on him. He's got to move his body side to side.
Moore looking like a nice finisher here. Looks like he wants to finish up his work here in the second round.
Now, the Top Cat got to throw punches to get out of there like he just did. Now move to his left. Move to his left. You should move to get on the legs. Well, when you're 31 years old, may not be so easy.
Controlled fury for Michael Moore. The blood on his trunks is that from the right eye, or left eye, excuse me, of Terrance Walker. Round 2 is history, and we mentioned that Michael Moore has never been past the second round. So, as you know, Ray, once you get into parts of fights you've never been there, it's psychological even more than physical sometimes.
Well, of course, you know, everyone wants to know, yeah, I feel I can go 10 rounds, but I don't know until I go 10 rounds. But, you know, he's trained for this. He wants to get some distance in his fights. He wants to know that he's gone a good 5-6 rounds. So he's a well-conditioned fighter, and I'm sure he knows he can go 5 or 6 hard rounds, and I'm sure he can go 10 hard rounds. But until you do it, Very difficult.
Their right hook opening up that left eye, as there was a delay there midway through that second round, and they're going to get a good look at that left eye of Terrance Top Cat Walker. He's 31. He's been around a long time, although his record's only 7-8-1. Michael Moore only in his seventh professional fight, and all previous 6 by knockout, and never has he been by the second round. So he's going into the third round against the Top Cat right now.
I just like what I see against Michael Moore. He's a good, sound fighter. He's just a good, got all the fundamentals. And I like that he keeps his balance. That's the way his balance is. It's central, right? He doesn't lean back. He doesn't lean forward too much. It's just right there. And when you got that good balance, you could punch out any position. You could get hit with a good solid shot, and you're not going to go anywhere because your balance is all over. It's focused.
When Michael began his career back in February of this year, Emanuel Stewart originally put a time plan together. He said about 1.5 years before we go for a world title. He has since...
oh, there's that right hook. There's the right hook.
And TC, as Top Cat Walker is hurt, he has since said March of '89 he'll hopefully have a world shot in line for Michael Moore. And certainly at 175, there's not that much great competition, so possibly Michael might be able to climb the ladder rather quickly.
I would, well, that's up to Emanuel to say, obviously, because he's the manager and he wants to build, you know, a little bit of steam for his fighter and get him some publicity. All Michael Moore has to do is worry about getting in the gym and fighting, because he's a sharp fighter. I would just like to keep him active because he doesn't get hit much. You can see he's not beaten up. Just keep him active, because he's a good-looking fighter, and if he stays active and averages a fight a month, fight every 5-6 weeks, no reason why he shouldn't be fighting for a title by March of next year.
Round 3 of 10, the light heavies, Michael Moore with the trunks on, and Terrance Top Cat Walker, although behind the Liberty's card, and the cut above his left eye is still standing there. A straight left there, and that blocks Top Cat.
Well, Top Cat's looking like
No way.
he just he's getting hit with some good solid shots. He either wants to test more, or he's just hoping that the referee will jump in
and save him. Are you impressed by, I guess, the discipline, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah, I'm not worried so much about who's in front of him as I'm looking at him, Michael Moore himself. Like I said, the discipline. He's not getting overly excited. He just keeps, boom, another left hook. There it is, that right hook. Boom, sharp puncher.
Walker is reeling right now, and the left eye is just bleeding, and Michael Moore just pounding away rights and lefts, and everything is landing.
He's not getting overly excited. That's what I like about him. He's just picking his shots, and that's, you just can't teach that. That's something that's there. And it's just a good-looking fighter.
At age 20, very, very talented. His anxious moments are few, and that's probably one of the bigger knocks against young fighters. He tried to end the night of work too early. We'll take a timeout. Round 4 next.
A special features coming you.
Round 4. 10-round light heavyweight match. Michael Moore and Terrance Top Cat Walker. Many people didn't think the Top Cat would be standing, especially where the second round went for him, but he's still there, although Michael Moore in total control. Probably, if it would go to a scorecard, which the way it looks right now, probably will not, but at least one takedown round in there, I think.
I'm going to yell that over to Top Cat. You can see Top Cat's using all his savvy, his ring savvy from all the years of fighting. He knows he's outclassed, but he's just trying to get in there and shake and move a little bit and throw the guy off a little bit. Try not to get hit with punches too square.
You know, where most fighters are pretty much a stick and move, they keep the jab out there. You know, Moore is
it's a refreshing face.
It really is. He looks like he wants to mix it up, and fundamentally, I don't know if Emanuel Stewart has to work with him that much. I think, as you said, just bring him along and keep him busy and work him hard in the gym, because many people feel the wars in a Kronk gym are probably better than they get in a fight like this.
That's for sure. That's for sure. The other thing that Michael Moore does that is not like any of the other Kronk fighters is he doesn't drop the lead hand. Usually the Kronk fighters drop that low left hand. Michael Moore doesn't have no low right hand. Keeps up around his chin. And that's something that Kronk fighters been criticized for years.
And they paid the price for it, too.
That's for sure.
Halfway through round 4, Cumulé, Ray Boom Boom Mancini ringside at the Sports Pavilion here in Las Vegas at Showboat Hotel and Casino, and Terrance Top Cat Walker showing a little offense right here, middle of round 4, about a minute 20 to go here. Moore showing still great patience, just picking his shots, and maybe Manny says, hey, we need a good workout here as the Top Cat goes winging wildly.
Well, you can't go in there feeling too relaxed. Obviously, you got to be relaxed and confident, but you can't get too carried away with, and let, you know, get careless. I'm sure he's feeling very relaxed. Things are going his way. He knows that, but he's got to stay busy. He's got to stay, focused on getting Top Cat out of there. Anytime another guy's in front of you throwing punches, you know, that's dangerous.
And he does have an awkward style. You couldn't pinpoint it. I mean, just like a dead leg or something, and can't really figure out how he's setting it up here. Just got a little life left in that wild right, does the Top Cat. Maybe a rest round here for Michael Moore. It wasn't as busy as he was the previous 3.
He's doing good defense. He's picking his shots better.
As we said, Michael Moore had not been past the 2nd round. He's not going to be into round 5. We'll have that after this. We are back ringside here at the Showboat Hotel and Casino. The fight has been stopped, as Toby Gibson said that's all she wrote. We spoke a little too prematurely about round 5. Michael Moore said, let's get this over in round 4. At the end of it, as we're going to take a look at the shot coming out right here. There's about 5 seconds to go in round 4. Michael Moore very patient through the entire round. There's the big left, and that's his big shot. And down goes the Top Cat. He did get up at the count of 9, went to his corner. Toby Gibson came over and said that's all she wrote. So Michael Moore continues his KO streak. It is now at 7. Michael Moore goes to 7-0 with 7 knockouts in his career, while Terrance Top Cat Walker, the veteran at age 31, falls to 7-9-1. So we got our first look at a very talented young fighter out of the Kronk Gym, and tonight he did not disappoint. To Chuck for the official announcement of the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of the ringside physician, Dr. Donald Romeo, referee Toby Gibson stops the bout at the end of the 4th round. The winner by a TKO in the 4th round, and still undefeated, Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, the undefeated light heavyweight. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with